Hi, welcome. I'm Mike Bosheen with the Fisheries Division, and the purpose of this video today is to talk all about how we manage the flow in the Farmington River. If you can't tell where I'm at right now, this is the world famous church pool here right in downtown Pleasant Valley, a village of Barkhamsted, Connecticut, and we are on the banks of the West Branch Farmington River, a blue ribbon world-class trout fishery where many folks come year-round to fish, and the reason why will be the remainder of the story of this video. It's the ice cold water we keep in the river year-round. All right, this is the first stop on our watershed tour. We're right at the Connecticut-Massachusetts state line, and this is the West Branch Farmington as it is September 10th, 2025. And it's flowing at about 27 cubic feet per second right now. CFS, that's one of our measurements we use for how much water is flowing. A cubic feet is 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot, so 27 cubic feet per second flowing past me right now, and headed downstream this way to our next stop, which is Colebrook River Lake. Okay, this is stop number 2 on our tour of the Farmington River watershed. We are on the shores of Colebrook River Lake at the U.S. Army Corps boat ramp. You can see a lot of exposed shoreline behind me in the 700-acre lake, and that's because about half of the water that was here as of July 1 has been used to augment flows in the Farmington River downstream. Current elevation is 662 feet, and the DEP 10 billion gallon pool goes to 644 feet, so we have about 20 more feet of water available for augmentation this fall and winter. But we hope to have more inflow like you saw from stop 1, the West Branch Farmington River coming into Colebrook River Lake, to fill this right back up to the top, our high point being 708 feet starting July 1. Key to having cold water in the Farmington River year-round is when Colebrook River Lake is full and it stratifies, meaning that there's a section of cold water at the bottom and a section of warmer water at the top, divided by what's called the thermocline. So usually we have about 3 billion gallons of cold water when the lake stratifies, and that's what drives our central air conditioning in the river year-round for trout. So here we are, stop number 3 on our tour of the watershed, and it's a really cool place. This is the road on top of Colebrook River Lake Dam. It's open to the public during normal daylight hours. Looking north behind me, you can see Colebrook River Lake in most of its entirety with the control tower and its staff gauge to tell us what the water level is. Right now it's 662 feet, and we started July 1 at 708 feet, so you can see we've used up quite a bit of water to keep the Farmington River flowing and cold, and the water from Colebrook River Lake flows underneath this road and into the next reservoir, which is owned by MDC, the West Branch Reservoir. Some people refer to it as Hogsback Reservoir, and you can see the dam in the gatehouse down in the far shot that's looking south now to the watershed. And our next stop will be showing how the water gets out of West Branch Reservoir into the Farmington River. Okay, we're in stop number 4 of our tour of the Farmington River watershed. We've come down from the Colebrook River Lake Dam, and we are now on the Goodwin Dam, which forms the West Branch Reservoir, which is behind me. West Branch Reservoir is owned and operated by the Metropolitan District Commission, and water behind this dam is not used to augment flows in the Farmington River by the DEP. It can be used by the MDC to meet their legal obligations. However, all the water that the DEP has to mitigate temperature and flow in the Farmington River comes from the Colebrook Reservoir into Goodwin Reservoir and then out at our next stop. All right, we're at stop number 4A. We've just come down from the top of Goodwin Dam, and we are now at where all the magic happens, which is the outlet from Goodwin Dam and the start of the Farmington River as we know it. Cold water coming from the bottom, the hypolimnion of Colebrook River Lake, flows through West Branch Reservoir, out through here, this channel, and down all the way down to the Connecticut River. Cold water lasts to about Collinsville most of the time, but this is really where all the magic happens. ice cold 50-degree-ish water throughout the summer months when we have those heat waves in the 90s and it's heat index of 105. The trout don't care because they have this nice, perfect trout, ideal growth water, 50-55 degrees year-round, and it's what makes the Farmington River so special. We have one more stop on our tour. That's the confluence with the Still River, major tributary that joins in with the West Branch and is a big player in flows and flow management. Okay, this is stop number 5, the last stop on our tour of the Farmington River watershed. Right now I'm at a key point in the watershed where to my left, your right, is the West Branch Farmington River coming down from Goodwin Dam with 50 cubic feet per second. And right behind me, to my right, to your left, is the Still River and Sandy Brook watershed, which is a significant and major tributary to the West Branch at this point, which sometimes often can double or triple the flow in the river. The trick with the Still River is that there isn't a flood control dam or reservoirs on it to help us mitigate against loss of flow or temperature, so we have to often balance that with the West Branch. And you can see behind me is fairly dry with about 20 cubic feet per second, and on the Still River and the West Branch with 50, double the flow, is really what's driving the river downstream at this point. And that's the whole mechanism for the Farmington River. It's using the cold water that's stored behind Colebrook River Lake and Goodwin Dam, releasing that water down through the West Branch, past the Still here, and to the rest of the West Branch Farmington River to keep that river nice and cold, optimal trout habitat, as well as elevations required for tubing and kayaking and canoeing through our summer months. Normal situations, none of those activities would be happening on the Farmington River in the summer in Connecticut. Flows would be too low, temperatures would be too high, and you would have to seek out other opportunities for recreation. Usually it's going to the beach or seeking out saltwater fish in Long Island Sound. But with the unique combination of the infrastructure of the Hogsback Dam and Colebrook River Dam, allowing us to have cold hypovolemic water released from the bottom down the river, really gives us this unique blue ribbon trout fishing opportunity. We'll see you down at Church Pool and we'll have a wrap. Thank you. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tour of the West Branch Farmington River and have a greater understanding of how we keep the river ice cold all year round for a world-class brown trout fishery for you to come and enjoy. Get more details on our website and see more cool videos on our YouTube page. Thank you.